Thanks for staying with us. So, a news caught our attention. So, the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, has accused the Nigerian politicians of stealing, maiming, and killing to remain in power. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, has responded, criticizing the former minister through the ministry's Director of Information and Public Relations, Henshaw Ugubike, describing Amaechi's comments as reckless and inflammatory. Now, when you read or hear a statement like this from a two-time speaker, former governor or 2 terms, former Nigeria Governors Forum chairman, former minister for 8 years, how would you react to this statement coming from someone that is eminently qualified to be an elder statesman? That was from the minister. But this is an interesting conversation to have, because it's almost like a revelation from a core politician himself. We've got to take him seriously. You know, so to join the conversation, you can call 09024163440, 021-635-2013, and also send us your messages on X and also on YouTube. We'll be happy to read your messages. So aside from that maiming and killing and retaining power, he went on to say, let me read a few more of his comments. He said that all we have there is a typical Nigerians. They will be clapping for you. But that's why politicians get away with anything. They get away with murder because they have Nigerians have short memory. None of you here can defend your votes. Voters are easily swayed. The politician is there in Nigeria to steal, to maim, to kill, and to retain power. If you think Tinubu will give it to you, you are wasting your time. When you speak, you forget history. He also said that Nigerian voters are easily swayed and influenced by political rhetoric and inducements from political office holders. So, of course, Masale wasn't going to let that lie low. He immediately responded and said that he described Amaechi's comments as reckless, inflammatory, and told former governor that power is earned through democracy, not intimidation, violence, lawlessness, as he has claimed. Now, this is interesting because I don't know, what are your thoughts on this?
So, I know that people talk from knowledge and experience. And he's talking from knowledge and probably experience. And I would have loved that he gave us names of the politicians that have killed, maimed, and stolen, right? He was a politician himself. He's been a politician all his life. Yes, he's been a politician all his life. There's no record of him running any form of business before getting into politics. There's no record of him owning any form of company before getting into there's no record. If you have a record, please send it. That's why I'm saying from my own personal opinion. So he's been a politician all his life as far as I'm concerned. And he is speaking from, it sounded like he's speaking from a place of pain. So I would have loved that he mentioned names, that he gave us, because these are very strong allegations against the political space, that he gave us, you know, this example of this person during politics, he killed so and so, he maimed so and so, he lobbied for his vote, he sent boys to cut away ballot papers, he did this, giving us, so that we now believe him that, oh, he's a politician too that has been there. He's done that, he's seen it, and he's now giving us, you know, concrete evidence against his political affiliates. And even himself, being a politician as well, what did he do? Will people also point fingers at him to say that you too, you maimed so and so person, you killed so and so person? So coming out to say this with what we are going through as a country, I don't think is right for him to do that. I think it's just casting aspersions and, you know, trying to divert people's attention from the realities of the policies that we're facing right now. He should focus on the greater good. What is this administration doing? Even if he's not in that spot anymore where he's going to be chopping from, you know, but what are we doing as an administration? He's still part of this. Is it not APC? It's APC now. He's still part of the administration. So what are we doing for the greater good? Okay, now maybe I'm no longer in that position where, or the position that I like, but I'm still somewhat playing in this field. How do we come together to help the renewed hope agenda? Not to sit down and say politicians kill me. We know all of that. We see all of that, but there's no evidence.
Do you think his statements are inciting, or he's just expressing his own personal opinion?
Not be opinion.
I don't think he's expressing his own opinion. I think he's coming from because, excuse me, what he's saying, is there anything that he's saying that is new? We all know that our politicians are doing all of these things.
Yes, we do.
So I don't know whether he wants to paint himself as a saint, or he's not part of all those things, or he's trying to pursue an ambition. But which one? Because the truth is this. Our politicians don't have any special interest for any of us, where he was even mentioning the fact that they want to change the... They don't want to leave office. They want to continue coming and coming and coming. You, how many times have you been? Did you go? You were governor for how many times? 2 times. And then you are now minister.
Speaker.
Now again.
First speaker.
So why didn't you step down?
Exactly.
So
and now again, everybody, you are going back there as many times as possible as well. You are not giving other people the chance to come on board. So I mean, our politicians, as long as our politicians are not doing what they are supposed to do, and we are not prosecuting them when they do something wrong, we are still going to be in this same circle. This thing that he's saying is the same thing. We know that these are things that the politicians are saying, just like what you've just mentioned. We Nigerians, we are not casting our votes anyhow. We want it to count. That's the best thing we can do as Nigerians.
He's saying that your votes are easily swayed because many the politicians, they come to you, they give you money, they induce you with a lot of other things, and you sway your votes and you give them your votes. So he's saying that this, like, really, what he's really saying is that Nigerians need to do better, because that was the conference was attending. The conference really was about governance, how we can improve governance. I'm trying to get the actual theme of the conference he attended. It was a conference he was attending. Let me get the theme. Minister of State for Defense. And that's Matawale's response. But let me get YK's thoughts and I'll come back to the conference on strengthening democracy in Nigeria. Held earlier in the week. That's exactly that. So it was about how do you strengthen our democracy. So it was trying to tell young people that stop voting for these politicians, because all they do, they incite, they induce you with lots of gifts and money, and then they are able to sway your vote. That you must be, you must know that the politicians, they are not going to hand over the power to you. You have to find a way to ensure that you are resolute on what you need to do. So in saying that, he now used that statement of they are here to steal, kill and maim. And that, including him, according to Matawale, was reckless. And the question is, do you agree with the minister that it was reckless for a standing politician and an eminent politician himself to say that kind of thing? That's really the conversation. Was it reckless, or was he just expressing his personal opinion?
I don't think he was reckless. I really don't think he was reckless. I think he was just speaking his truth. While he was speaking his truth, I'm hoping that he was pointing himself inside the call on them.
The 4 fingers.
As he was pointing like this, he was pointing to himself too. That is all. I don't think he was reckless. I actually watched part of it, and I heard him when he said they took power. We took power from PDP. You know, we forced them out.
Admitting to what he had claimed.
Forgetting that when he was saying it, he was PDP for a speaker, PDP 8 years, governor, PDP 8 years. When you now wanted to change, you now changed to APC.
Now took power.
Minister again, another 8 or 4 years. While he was minister, remember that train, the train?
That train
was Minister of Transportation. When they kidnapped all those people, killed 500 people. And while people were seeing money, he was in River State running around the stadium trying to go for presidency.
We remember.
You remember? So I don't think it was inciting at all. I just hope he knows that when they are packing all of them, they pack him too.
Okay, but when you say somebody is speaking their truth, I hear that a lot, speaking your truth. But shouldn't be used to speaking your truth with a sense of responsibility, knowing that your person has the capacity to incite violence against a sitting government, or what you're saying can actually begin to spur people to pick up arms or say, you know what, this politician, I don't believe them, because you need to be very careful. There's something that we on this table cannot say. We can say certain things in our private rooms, but we can't say it on TV because of how we've been doing this show for 12 years. So we have to there's a sense of responsibility in speaking your truth. where to say it, how to say it, and to whom you should be saying it to.
So me, I have a problem with the person that is saying the truth. Do you understand?
Even if it's their truth.
Even if it's their truth, the person that is saying the truth is not
supposed to
say
the truth.
He's supposed to have told somebody to help him say it. Do you understand? Not him saying it.
Why?
It's true because
What can you do yourself?
He didn't do anything to me. But you are in the ruling party. You are in APC. You are even supposed to be the one to even start suggesting ways of how to make the country better and all of those things. It's not for you to come out and start saying all of this. Yes, this thing he said, it can incite violence, it can incite all of those things and everything. But I don't think it will do that because we Nigerians, we know all these things he's saying. It's not new.
We know.
It's not new. We know these things that he's saying.
Yeah.
And so, but he shouldn't remove or extract from there. No, he's part of it.
Okay.
He's part
You know,
of
I
it.
like how you said, as a leader, you must take responsibility for what you say and understand that every word you say, you have to be accountable to. You have to be accountable to the people. People are watching, people are seeing your movements, your body language and everything. And I think he's one politician that throws caution to the wind. And that's also because of the way we run our political system here. We don't really hold our politicians accountable. They feel that they can say anything, do anything, and after all, I talk, right? And the next minute we move on to the next. What's the next issue on ground? For no day, everybody forgets. Nobody's holding our leaders accountable, and that's why they can stand up, excuse me, and say whatever they want to say because they know that there's nothing you can do. Even if you know that I kill, I maim, I steal, what's the worst you can do to me? You can't do anything to me. Many of our politicians have some type of immunity that they are not even we're not even allowed to arrest them probably till they are done with their tenure and all of that. So that gives them that sort of confidence to say whatever. So we can pick him up now.
I wanted to wrap up on this, but you see, let me go on a short break. I'll come back and I'll try to wrap up. But you see, this thing that we always say, holding accountable. I know I want us to unpack it a bit. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
We'll try.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.